especially tonight. "Where's that geeky boyfriend of yours? His car break down again or something?" Paul Rice, one of Jackson's shadows, called out. I wasn't going to deal with this. I stopped, turned to face Jackson's sleek black BMW, and planted both hands on my hips. "Why don't you do us all a favor and just get the hell out of here?" I demanded. "Oh, little Ellie is feisty tonight," Jackson said with a slur followed by a laugh. He shifted his head back to Paul, sitting right behind him. "Hey, bro, you should walk the bookworm home tonight." This wasn't good. My heart started to race as I felt the bad vibes coming from these guys. The car door shut, and I grabbed for the phone in my pocket, wondering if calling the police would do any good. The guy approaching me, Paul Rice, his dad was the chief of the Edgewater Police Department, and this kid got away with everything. Without warning, he ripped my phone out of my hand and shoved it in his back pocket. He smiled and twisted a strand of my long brown hair between his fingers. "Wow, Ellie, you are actually pretty sexy for a nerd." "Don't call me Ellie." I stepped back and shoved my hand out. "And give me my phone." That prompted 2 more doors from the car to open and shut. Shit, more asshole jocks. My 5'6" height wasn't going to be enough to intimidate their tall 6-foot-plus muscular builds. Damn it. Think, Elle. I looked over to see Jace and Luke jogging over to Paul, who was still screwing with me. These guys were douchebags, and there was no telling what they were going to do to taunt or bully me tonight. They knew I was out here alone, and this was apparently their idea of a good time. The perfect way to spend a Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. for dickheads. Jay stepped up to me, cocked his head to the side, and cupped my chin with his hand. "Listen, Ellie, we just want to get to know you a little better." "You've known me since the 1st grade, you jackass. What the hell are you doing?" I looked over at Jackson, who was slowing the car more. "Call your minions back to the car and get out of here." The black BMW screeched its tires and practically drove up onto the curb before Jackson threw the car in park. He jumped out of the car and marched toward me, and that's when I realized these guys were tweaking pretty hard on something. All these blonde-haired, blue-eyed jocks were now after me for something, and I had no plan to get out of this situation. The guys stepped aside, giving Jackson full access to me. I turned to run, but I was stopped when I felt a strong hand clamp onto my shoulder. In less than a blink, Jackson forced my back to the fence that lined the sidewalk. The guys all grouped around, laughing while Jackson clenched down on both my shoulders. "Listen, Elle," Jackson said in a weird, raspy voice. "You're a book nerd. We get that. But damn, you are hot. You know that?" "What the hell are you on?" I said, my voice shaking. Jackson shook his head and laughed. His eyes met mine again. "That's none of your business, Ellie," he said with another laugh. All I had was adrenaline on my side right now, and after this, I'd be the first in line to sign up at the martial arts class for self-defense. My fight-or-flight mechanism had me paralyzed and at the mercy of what these jerks were planning. "Don't," I pleaded softly, hating that I was scared out of my mind and that my body wouldn't react appropriately to defend itself against these tweaked-out pricks. I felt Jackson's lips press onto mine, his tongue trying to pry my pinched lips open. I gained some strength and wedged my arms in between us. As hard as I pushed, the star quarterback wasn't budging. In fact, all I did was spur the asshole on. The sound of a motorcycle roaring down the street gave me a moment to react. The distraction caused Jackson to turn, and I used it to my advantage. I brought my knee up, but unfortunately Jackson was too quick for my impulsive decision to knee him in the balls. Jackson's eyes were fierce, staring into mine while I heard the loud motorcycle screech to a halt. "Get your fucking hands off of her," a male's voice boomed. Jackson released me, and I was so shaken I couldn't feel my own legs. I tried to run away, but they gave out, and I fell to my knees. Damn it. As I sat there trying to recover, I scanned the